So this is one of the messes I want to clean up. It does a fairly decent job, but we've got too much sandpaper. We've got sandpaper for wood projects, and we've got sandpaper for metal projects, and emery cloth, and the brand new packs don't fit all the way because this is meant for paper, it's not meant for sandpaper. And we don't have enough slots for the grits. We only have, there's two kinds of 600 here. There's 400, that's what, 320? Yeah, 400, 320. More 320, 320, 220. So we got a box of 150 in here that's stuffed in there. So we want to clean this up a little bit. The top's still going to be messed up because I'm not going to make two shelves dedicated for that, for the Scotch Brite. And I'm not going to make a shelf for steel wool. I'm not going to do that. So the top shelf's still going to be all messed up, but this will be better organized, I think. So what we did do is we made a bunch of shelves. So these are the shelves here. And these are about 12.5 deep by 8.5 wide. And the reason why they're 12.5 deep is because the new packets of sandpaper are 12.25 across. So a new packet of sandpaper will go right in there. It won't jam up. And now the next step is the spine. And we have our super duper heavy duty power mega bendem thing. Yeah, right. Not even close. Super duper high power, plug in the wall, electricified mega bender. Yeah, no. No, we budget around here. And so I got a sheet. That's gonna be the spine. And I got my two marks there. And what we have right now in this guy are, I believe, some 90 thou pieces of aluminum. And that gives us just a little bit of gap here, as you can see. And I believe we're set back to, I think I set it to 3/64 so that there's room for the sheet metal to fold when we fold it. Can't really see too much, but. And so what I'm doing is, in order to get a good fold, I'm putting my witness mark. My witness mark goes right on this gap here, right where it splits. And that allows me to fold it pretty tight. So we'll do that in a second here. And notice I'm using real clamps. You gotta use real clamps because the force that we're going to apply to this sheet is immense. So I'm probably going to have to stand on it just to get it to bend this, because we got 21 inches of 065 thick 6061, and it requires a tremendous amount of force to bend that. Absolutely tremendous. It's an absolute strain to bend it. So let's see if we can accomplish that. All right. Okay. So like I said, we're on our witness marks. We're secured with real clamps. Now is the hard part. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now what we have to do is we have to back figure from our witness marks how much additional we need to add back for the other fold so that the shelves will fit. So we have to be a little bit careful about that. We have to figure out how much we lose from the mark to the bend, and we have to fudge it a little bit. And that way the shelf will fit. Hopefully the shelf will fit. We don't like doing this 3 times. It's painful doing it 3 or 4 times. All right. So we got our shelf here. This is exactly where our shelf sits. So when we go to install our shelves, yeah, they'll be really steep here. We need to get 12 shelves in here. When we set it exactly on this line, we're gonna gain a little bit if we're on this side. And so if we did it exactly from that line, you'd be about a 1/16 loose. That's no damn good. So we need to tighten it up. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to come in. That's it, resting in the curvature. That's it tight. So we're gonna need to be a little bit tighter yet than that in order to fudge it. And I'm not gonna calculate it. Now what we could do, because these curvatures match, essentially these curvatures match. Okay, that'll give us, I can rescribe that there. What I'll do is I'll come in a little bit deeper, and then we'll fold it to that deeper line. And we don't want to do it too tight. We can fudge it a little bit. The metal's going to bow anyway. So we'll fudge it a little bit on the tight side, and hopefully we won't have to do this 3 times. All right, and now I'm hoping right on the line. So this is a little bit tighter, and then as I fold it from this side over, it's not going to add any extra to this. It's going to keep it fairly constant from here. Okay, so we took back the extra, and then we're going to make sure that the bend is part of this and it's not adding, because if we flip this around, it's going to add length from this side into this once we bend it. So we're going to bend this side and keep this dimension from growing. So let's see how that happens, and let's see if I'm not completely ass backward wrong here, which I could be. All right, so we got pretty good results. First try. There's a little bit of a gap in there. If you're super critical. But remember, this is a storage thing for sandpaper. So these gaps will close up really easy. You also have a square corner going into a round corner here. So if you took that corner down, but it's not a force fit at all. Actually, if anything, it's a little bit on the loose side, but it's not a 1/16 of an inch loose. Or, well, actually it is. But the rivets and everything will close it up. But as you can see, it's really pretty close. That'll close up. That'll close up. So we're really in the ballpark here. It's not miles off. Like it could have been an extra 1/16 of an inch off. What counts is the bottom is close, and it is close enough. So we did it. And the next step will be to figure out the shelves will lay in at about 43-degree angle, and I still have to cut off. I still have to trim the one side to length because so we'll run the saw on it. We'll see because we just started. So your cleanup, you're going to measure the one side, and then you'll measure the other side and make them the same, and that's how you do your cleanup, so it looks good once you're in your final death throes of your project failing on you. No, but so I need to trim that side for cleanup. So this side should be 6.5. That side is extra. So we'll clean it up to 6.5, and then we'll be within ballpark of pop rivets. I didn't want to do pop rivets, but we're going to do pop rivets because they're blind rivets, or well, it's a blind rivet. So we'll do blind rivets, and then the anchor holes, so we can put screws in it, and then we'll put the sandpaper in, and it'll be a done deal. Okay, I think it's going okay, although you might argue that I miscalculated a little bit, and I think I probably did. You can easily get your hand in there, but we're going to end up a little bit short back here, but we still have plenty of room to put the screw holes at the bottom and the top. One of the things we'll probably have to do is sand these off so that they're not sharp. And we're pop riveting these guys in, which is not bad, but the tool really hurts when it finally snaps. So I probably wouldn't, if you got to use pop rivets in any large amount, I'd say probably avoid this. This hurts a lot when it snaps. But it's coming along. strong. So we'll see how it goes and we'll finish it up. You can kind of see what I did here. This is just 45 degrees. The math worked out to be 43 degrees, but I opted to do it at 45 because it was close. I just decided to do it 45 instead of 43. And this is a 1-inch spacing, but at 45 degrees, it's not an inch anymore. So a 1 going this way would be 0.7. 45 degrees is 0.707. So I don't know. The spacing is maybe a little bit too tight. We probably could have gone another couple inches down and spaced it out a little bit more. Now it is only going to be holding sandpaper, and a 1/2 inch of sandpaper is a lot of sandpaper for any grit. That's quite a lot of stock. So maybe this will work out. I don't know. We'll give it a try. It's really a magazine rack. So if you'd rather buy a magazine rack, buy a magazine rack. Alright, so I figured out what I'm going to do about the bottom here. I still need access to get to the screws, but we've got this enormous gap here. So what we'll do is we'll bend another one of these to fit. Maybe next week we'll bend another one to fit, and then we'll make this a catch basket for all the steel wool so it doesn't go on the floor. I'll get that in a minute, but we'll make this down here a catch basket for shit. You know, all the shit you like to stuff in there, so that this doesn't get all jacked to hell up. But you can definitely get your hand in there. Maybe a little bit too much space, but yeah, let's get some sandpaper in there. Well, this thing's fantastic. We got the 2000 grit in package. Fits just fine, as promised. 2000, 1500, 600, 400, 320, 220, 150, 100. We got room for 80 grit. We got the emery cloth in here. We only got 2 pieces there. And we got these funky things for the hand sanders. And then we'll still have a spot for the steel wool once we put that part in there. Oh, that's freaking great.